Welcome back, everybody, back with a video. Today we are doing a Moonlight 5-star tier list. I've been wanting to make this for quite a while, just because I have not made one, and I thought I did, but I think I made it like last year, so I think it's definitely time to be making this tier list. I've been making quite a bit of tier lists, as you know, but I think this will be the last one for a while. If anything, I am going to remake the boss selector tier list. But yeah, everything I've updated, everything I wanted to update in terms of tier lists. So this is probably going to be the last one. If anything, I'm doing a Moonlight 4-star. The last one I need to update. But we'll see. But other than that, though, also thank you guys for... We reached 3K subs. Thank you guys for all the support. You guys have been killing it. I love you guys. It's a fun journey. Let's keep it going, right? So, let's get into this tier list. There are some things I'm going to say right off the bat. So, there are some characters you can definitely make a debate. To moving up, to moving down. This is just my opinion. Just keep this in mind, right? And I will mention later on some characters that I feel I can definitely move up, right? But I'll talk about that when we do get there. So let's get into it, right? Again, let me know down below if you guys, think something is higher, something is lower. Again, this is more of a, obviously, my opinion tier list, but I'm definitely open ears, right? To understand and hearing certain aspects why I think some characters are better than others, and yada yada yada, right? So let's get into it. So, SS tier, I'm gonna be honest, there's only 5 characters that I think that are worth the SS tier. These characters are just standalone, absolutely disgusting, broken units. OP ban them, get rid of them, right? Right? Lady of the Scales, brand new unit that just came out into Epic 7. This character has, again, another unit that has changed the meta drastically. Just her existing in the board will give immortality to the unit in the front, 70% MIT, and that is alone is absolutely disgusting. Not only does that happen, she gains about 50% CR of what you get. So if you gain 100%, she gains 50. If you gain 80, she gains 40. She's pretty insane. She has a full cleanse on her S3. She has fear on her S1. AoE fear, if you want to waste 10 souls, and overall, a very, very loaded kit. She's very good. We are lucky that they gave her fear for her S1. If they gave her, like, sleep, stun, oi, that would have been probably much worse, right? Luna. Now, again, I'm going to be honest, they are not really in order for the SS tier. I think they're all on the same level. They're all really broken, right? They're all broken in their own way for SS tier. Lower, when we do get lower, I will mention, that they're probably going to be in order. So let's go ahead and talk about New Moon Luna. Luna, still a OP opener in my opinion. Still one of the only few characters, actually I think the only character in the game that has Ignore ER with a seal and unbuffable. That right there, literally... Guess what? It kills every character. That is good. All right? Besides Bystander Hua Young, when she rips this S3, they have no passives, and that's very, very good. That is a really good thing. Because we have a lot of units with some OP passives, and she makes them unbuffable, which is very, very good as well. And she dispels all buffs. So again, she's just a really good unit all around. Very, very good. And she's a mage, so you can give her a free book, so she has the souls to rip that right away. And not only does she have that, she has a spammable S2 that does, defense break, and she gets 50% CR. And if you actually run Etika on her, she can pretty much spam that. She's just a really, really good unit, right? New Moon Luna, she's, a unit from almost, 1 year ago at this point. Pretty simple kit, but that simple kit is all you really need. Because if you look at her kit and her text of wall compared to everyone else here, it's a pretty big difference. She's pretty simple compared to everyone else here, right? She's just, a CEO unbuffable Ignore ER unit. That's very, very good and very, very OP still to this day. Next, Mo Para. Lone Wolf Para. Oh my goodness. So she has what? Inbuilt, I think she has inbuilt 50% evasion. She gets her buff. It's about 20% evasion. I think. I don't really remember her passive because it's loaded. Not only does she have inbuilt evasion, she has a 10% CR every time she does take a turn. And not only does that happen, she has 2 turns right away. She will rip S3, grant extra turn, and then S1. So technically, she's giving the entire team 20% CR each. That is kind of crazy. Not only does she have that, she has a full cleanse. Well, not full cleanse. She cleanses 2 debuffs on her S3 She gives the team evasion if they are dark units, and she also gives the units swift attack. Swift attack is after they take the first attack, they will gain 50% CR for the next turn. Does not matter what attribute. This character is so loaded. Like, I do think Lady of Scales is loaded, but bro, Para is loaded. And then lastly, S1. Now, she was already OP as everything I mentioned. S1 though, defense break, 75% chance, and it does an extra hit of damage, like Uber's Tooth. But don't forget this though. Don't forget this. I forgot to mention in her passive, she will gain attack every single turn up to 5 stacks. So, pairing that with her S1, she's doing some big damage. And if you give her Uber's Tooth, which honestly Uber's Tooth Para is kind of insane, broken, right? Phenomenal units, and again, worthy of the SS. Again, everyone up here in SS are just like another level compared to all the other MO5 stars. Next, Bossarunka. Man, oh man. Literally the perfect tank. Literally. You can't go wrong with Bossarunka. She literally makes it that everyone has to hit Bossarunka. She has a CR push on her passive. She has a Dispel All buffs and gives herself a big old barrier and gives herself defense buff on her S3. Very, very good. And on top of that, she has an S1 defense break. And if you soul burn, you do bring the ally with the highest attack. Very, very broken. You literally almost have your S3 up 100% of the time because of her CR push. It's disgusting. And again, no one can do what she does. Literally, they have to hit Bossarunka if she is in play and in the front. Because I've seen some people pick Bossarunka and they don't put her in the front, and it's kind of sus. That's a bit questionable. But again, Bossarunka, disgusting. Tenebria, Witch of the Mirror Tenebria. Now, this character, in my opinion, at first initial thought, I had her at A tier. But after seeing her and everything going on and witnessing what she can do, she is definitely SS material. Block is absolutely broken of a debuff, and this character is the only character that can do it for AoE. Basically, if you don't know what block is that only yourself can heal or cleanse or buff yourself. That's it. No one else can cleanse or buff you. You literally have to do it yourself. And if you don't do that, well then, that's a problem. And not only does she have that, she does have an S2, which is Rupture, which basically does a extra percentage damage, just like Uber's Tooth and everything else, but of your HP. Yet again, very, very broken. Not only does she get that, she does go stealth and a big old barrier, and she does dual attacks with her S1 when her S3 is on cooldown. Very, very solid. Really, really, really insane units. Again, I'm not going to be talking about every single unit in this tier list, but I do think SS units are worthy of mentioning. Now into the S tier. Now I will say this, there is a debate between Lua going up here. I can definitely see it. I can definitely understand why you want to move Lua up there. She's very, very good. Same thing with FCC. I can definitely see why FCC wants to go up there, but I am leaving them in S tier. Same, Ilanov, I don't think Ilanov's SS. I think she's just S tier now. But Lua, very, very broken opener. SPP cuts anything in half. Fighting Spirit, Focus, still very, very good to this day. Still a loaded kit, but I just don't think she is SS tier compared to everything else. Overall, I think she's still a very solid opener. Bright Witch Sarah, very, very good. Ignore ER, unbuffable, Dispel, Defense Break, S3. She got an EE with 10 speed. Overall, a very, very good opener, and she is making a return thanks to the Lady of the Scales and Genesis Wrath, and literally anything with a revive, she's always going to be meta. She's very, very good as an opener, very, very good as a DPSer as well. You can literally do 2 of them if you really want to. Zeo, Cleaver, very, very good. He does get 20% CR at the start of the battle, regardless. So he's always going to be ahead, every time. Unless you do outspeed him with raw speed, but again, most of the time, that's very, very rare that you do outspeed a 0, which is your raw speed alone. But he's very, very good. Again, yet another unit, though I think he is S. I don't think he's SS. Ilanov, the first character that ever existed in terms of bringing penetration resistance. But now we are also getting a RTA buff, just flat 30%, pen resistance in general. Which doesn't really hurt her, because if you pair that with her, you got about 60%, and that's disgusting. disgusting. A very, very good, solid knight overall. And actually not solid. An insane knight. DPS knight. Literally, you can do so much with this character. DPS bruiser. Proc set. Fast Illinois. There's so much you can do with it, and I love it. I love that. As CC got her buff not that long ago, she's a very, very good unit. I still one of the only character in the game that can stop true damage. While Lady of the Scales technically does stop true damage, FCC was the first, and she does give barrier skill null. She dispels the buffs on her, throws it back to the enemies. Overall, again, another really, really good knight in my opinion. And one of the few characters that you can definitely make a debate going SS. But I do think she is going to be S tier. Euphine, still good to this day. She literally came out after Landy, and we saw what happened with Landy. Landy's gone. She's in C tier. She's cooked. Right? Euphine, very, very good. Still to this day. When she does get 100% fighting spirit, she will cleanse herself. Basically do what? So much damage. After that, she's insane. She's insane. She gains what? 200% attack. She's insane. Still to this day, surprisingly, she has held up quite well. And I'm proud of that. She's very good. Bystander Huayong. Now, Bystander Huayong, in my opinion, is always going to be good regardless. She may drop down to A tier, but honestly, I think she is currently S tier at the current moment. She is very, very good, especially thanks to Lady of Scales coming out. We do have Genesis Wrath coming out. Witch of the Mirror Tenebria that relies on debuffs as well. So, Bystander Huayong just really craps on all of them. If she can pop off. That's a problem. If she can pop off. There are times, if she don't counter, you can lose. But I still think she is worthy of being an S tier at the current moment. Again, it may change later on, but overall, I think she's very, very good. Spirit Eye Celine, she got another buff, but not really, but with EE as well. Very, very good. That free soul burn can really cycle so much around. And if you have this unit, you can pretty much do a lot of PvP stuff with this character just existing, right? She's very, very good. You can't kill her in one hit. Immortality, cleanse the entire team S3. Very, very good. I love this unit. Very, very nice. I am extremely excited she's getting a brand new RTA skin. She's very, very good. Lionheart Surmia and Hangai, both two characters who just got their EE recently. Surmia did get a buff, though, that did basically help her out quite a bit that she desperately needed. Overall, solid buff for her and a fantastic EE. Same thing with Hangai. Hangai EE, kind of insane for him. He can do about like 12k damage raw. That's pretty insane when you really think about it, coming from a Hangai. 12k damage from a guy who cleanses. That again, he's broken. The EEs they got broken, man. But Surmia did get a buff on top of it. I think she's very, very good. Again, you can definitely make a debate for Hangai going down to A tier, but again, it's up for discussion. Now into A tier. A tier, pretty simple units, right? We do have some cleave units with Requiem Moana, SBA, Arbiter Vildred. We do have some anti-cleave down here with Haste, Bright Senya, Ruel. Very, very good anti-cleave. Now, we do have some questionable ones that can definitely move up. Harsetti, Arya, and Sage Bao, in my opinion, can definitely be contesting for S tier. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about these three moving to S tier. Because when I look at S tier and I look at these, I'm like, I can make a case for Sage Bao, but I don't know how about Arya or Harsetti. I do like Arya's soul doubled. I really like that a lot. But I don't think she's on the same level as the characters in S tier. Same thing with Harsetti. Don't get me wrong, Harsetti's nice and all, but man, I feel like you lose more often than not if you actually use this unit. Now, she's very good, I will say this. She's very good into anything speedy. Let's say there's a Lady of Scale defense with no Harsetti, and you take her own. Well, guess what? You're taking the first turn. Nice. I like that. Same thing with Guild War. Same thing with RTA. I really like that concept quite a bit. But is that enough to move her into S tier when she literally got so many counters thrown at her? She was literally like another Landy. Literally, Landy was like Omega up here, S maybe. And then they dropped so many counters to her, and now she's way down here. Right? So I don't know how I feel about Harsetti. I do like her a lot. It's just, man, I don't know. She's one of those units I don't know. Solitaria, very, very good unit. She does stop focus, and you can pair her pretty much stun a lot with her S1, and if you give her Abyssal Crown or Fairy Tail, overall, very, very good unit. Conquer Lilius, she did get a buff recently, which actually made her really, really good, but I do need to see more gameplay of her. Have not seen much, especially since it's been preseason of RTA, so I think she will be phenomenal. For sure, maybe top of A. For sure, maybe top of A in my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see. I need to see more of her though. To really give a valid argument. Stralze, now, if this was like a week ago, Stralze would be an S tier, but honestly, I do want to move him down. He is still a very, very good unit overall, especially when it comes to PvE content. Still fantastic. I will say he's still good in PvP, especially in Guild War. He's definitely still usable and all that. But when it comes to Arena, it's a little bit sus. Very rare can I ever use Stralze, if any time. And then RTA, same thing. You could draft around into actually using Stralze, so it's perfectly fine, right? DDR, still very, very good in my opinion. Now, he's not really used that much right now, at least for Arena, but I do know he's still good in RTA, and he may be coming back for Arena when Setsuka does come out next week. We shall see. Because when you see Evasion, you see it screams DDR, because you sleep them, you have a 100% chance to hit them. Now, he's still good in Guild War, so overall, I am going to leave him in A tier. I still think he's very, very good, and I do think he's going to come to a rise coming into next week. And then, like I did say, Blue Moon Haze, Dragon Brysenia, very, very good anti-cleave. DJB, very good unit, another unit that can definitely be, going up there. But I feel like he's A material. I think he's up here in top of A for sure. And that's really about it. Urban Shadow Shoe, still very, very good unit to this day. I just don't think she's S tier as she used to be. Well, I can definitely make her put her way up here. Ruel, Kara, and all that. Kara's not that bad. Dilibet's pretty good for a cleanser. DK Sharoon, very, very good when it comes to re-knock. And anything with fear, stuns, and sleep. Very, very good. Says Varian, same thing as well. Cannot be debuff, but very, very good. But again, can be in trouble when it comes to just Solitaria because of focus. Now we have B tier units. These units are pretty good still. DC is mainly for Guild War. Thanks to ARAM and all that. Beeline is honestly, if you have 3F, she's like up here. But without 3F in general, I think she's just B tier, right? Tywin's still good knight, but not as good as it used to be. LRK, still good knight, but just not as good as it used to be. ADS, she's just good. Ludwig, in my opinion, did take quite a bit of a hit. I'm still testing them out. It has not been the prettiest, though, in terms of testing them out and all that when it comes to just in general. He's still good in Guild War, for sure. RTA, I still think he's just okay. But Arena, he's just gone. All right. Teiyu, basically a RTA unit. That's really about it. Guild War, very rare. Very rare if anything uses man. And then when it comes to Arena, non-existent. But I still think he's insane. His damage numbers is quite insane. And then C tier and D tier, in my opinion, are not even worth talking about. Emoken, niche unit versus like Elagos and all that. Pavel's buff did nothing. Pyro Captain Flan, niche as well. That's just the general consensus of these last two, especially D tier. Judge Kisei, you can move her up, but I still think she's just not as really good. Now, again, she is a cleaver. If you pair her well with a mid and all that, you could get her going. But other than that, I don't really like this unit that much anymore, as the meta has transformed. There's just much better stuff than her, in my opinion. But that's pretty much it going to be for the Moonlight 5-star tier list. Genesis Wrath is not out yet. I think he's going to be insane, though. I am still debating on him. Now, again, this is S2 alone. Already screams really, really OP. Again, reducing your HP by 50% is quite insane. Like, bro, what? That is broken already, just alone, right? And pairing out with his multiplier video that I just uploaded yesterday, if you want to check that out, he's insane. I think he's going to be good. Is he going to be double S? I feel not. I can definitely see him in S tier, though. But we'll need to see how he really plays out when he does come out. Or whenever we, not really come out, but whenever we can start actually using this character, right? But overall, that's pretty much going to be the Moonlight 5-star tier list. Again, like I did say, a lot of things can move up. Some stuff can move down. Again, it's all open for discussion, but this is just my opinion as it currently stands. Again, later on, I will be changing it whenever we do update the Moonlight 5-star tier list. Maybe the end of the year. We'll see. But other than that, though, thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you have a good day, and peace out.